Okay, peace and blessings, glory, glory to the eternal, forever living God. It is your brother Jehoshaphat Israel here in the house that God has made.
And you're fucking my brother? Sorry. What?
What's going on here?
Please don't.
I'm asking my big brother for forgive me.
I'm sorry. You see what you made me do?
So tonight's show, we'll be looking at over-sexualized. We'll be looking at hypersexual. We'll be looking at the libido. We'll be looking at sexual addiction. If you have so much sex, I know it's not alcohol. I know it's not drugs. I know it's not money. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not money. But can you believe that some people can be addicted to sex? Just like the meth addict, just like the alcoholic, just like the crackhead. Can you believe that sex can be an addiction to some people? So we're going to look at hypersexuality. Go look at it. People with a large libido. You'd be like, what do you mean? It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to look at hypersexuality. We're going to look at the libido. We're going to look at addiction. And then we're going to look at sexualizing in general on tonight's show. Peace and blessings be to you. Glory, glory to the eternal, forever living God. We done had a peaceful day. The only thing that I could tell you about your father to bring up into scriptures, brother, the only thing I could tell you about your father, sister, to bring you into remembrance of his glory is that your sin be getting you in trouble. Not only do your sin wants to beat you, that's what he said, your sin wants to beat you. Your sin wants to kill you, but your sin also steals from the good that God has already given you. Family, we're already millionaires in Christ. They can say whatever they want to say. They can look at their life. They can feel so sad about it. But God gave you stuff that he just don't give everybody, family. And you was able to walk on your legs today. You're a millionaire in Christ. You was able to use your fingers. You're a millionaire in Christ. You was able to use your arms. You are a millionaire in Christ. You was able to open up your eyes and look around. You can't pay for that. It's people right now that would pay every cent of every dollar that they have just to be able to walk again. Some people would pay all their money. If they had $1 zillion, they would give somebody $1 zillion just so they can see again. And you was able to see in this day. Glory, glory to the eternal, forever living God. Coming back from the Sabbath, what did I learn? When you don't love God, he automatically put a curse on you. When you don't love God, you hate him. So he gives you a curse of death. And he has promised that you will not live a full life. You know what I'm saying? All the days that he promised to you, he ain't gonna give you those days like that because you hate him. You know what I'm saying? You don't love him. And that's what he said in this word. Anybody who hate me, I'm going to take away half their life. Off top. So my mind was in remembrance of those two things. My sin wants to beat me up. My sin wants to kill me. And my sin also holds back all the good things that God already did for me. So if I want those things that God has already given to me, I'm going to have to stop sinning. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to stop sinning all the way around. But let's go ahead and start tonight's show. So the first person that I'm going to bring up to the show today is a self-proclaimed sex addict. The only reason, to be honest with y'all, the only real reason why I'm having this discussion for tonight is making this show for tonight is the simple fact that a lot of y'all are with people that have a strong sexual drive. And you got to be able to realize and identify that you with your partner and they got a strong sex drive, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? The man with the libido and then the woman that got the strong sexual urges. You know what I'm saying? It's in men and women. And I'm sorry to tell you, brother, you know what I'm saying? Your girl, if you brought over all your homies and y'all was in that room together, she still wouldn't be satisfied. She wouldn't. You could say she a good girl all you want. Oh, Jehoshaphat, she a good girl, Jehoshaphat. She ain't no freak, Jehoshaphat. She don't need all the men all in her like that, but she has a strong sex drive, brother. I know you love her and everything. It's just the fact that you can't take care of her like that. And that's not your fault. Sister, your man has a strong sex drive. If you got all your homegirls together and you got all the girls down the block and y'all went into a room After that, he still would want more sex. You yourself can't provide what he needs. So why be with this person and end up hurting yourself in the long run? All that cheating and broken heart, all that stuff. It starts off with the sexual drive of your partner, and they didn't gave you signs. You know what I'm saying? They didn't showed you that they like a lot of sex, and you can't do that. You got to go to bed. You got to go to work. You got kids. You got a life. You know. So I really want you to think about it when you initiate into these relationships. This is something definitely that you would want to ask somebody. Shouts out to my sister. Shouts out to my sister. Shouts out to my brother. Oh, I messed up. Let's go back.
And it's ruining my life. And stolen and taken advantage of everything to get laid. I'm a sex addict and it's ruining my life. I'm a sex addict. I fantasize about strangers taking advantage of me in random public places.
Being a sex addict and being in a relationship is a hard combo on the days she doesn't want to have any.
I hate that I'm a sex addict. I feel that I'll never have a real relationship because of it. I wish guys would stop considering my sex addiction a turn on.
Being a sex addict is not easy. Everyone's always judging. I'm tired of being that creepy guy no one wants to talk to.
I'm addicted to sex, but I'm finding myself needing more and more to have an orgasm.
My sex addiction has changed me as a person. I can't control the urges and find myself distracted by every beautiful woman that I see. I don't gawk, but I can't help to admire their beauty and body.
I'm a sex addict and I don't like being told no. I'm okay until my boyfriend doesn't want me anymore, but then I cry from rejection.
I'm a sex addict and it's annoying because it ruins my relationship with girls, even though I don't cheat.
No one knows that I'm addicted to porn and I was diagnosed as a sex addict. I pretty much hide porn anywhere I can. I feel like I'm a prisoner in my own body.
Been a month without sex and I'm literally shaking, feeling withdrawals and struggling to keep moving forward.
I live in fear of commitment because of my sex addiction.
So is sex a bad thing? No, sex is a very healthy thing. You know, I believe that I don't like the word sex because, that's kind of filthy, kind of nasty. It's kind of under my foot. But making love, passionate love is a beautiful thing. I believe that when you make love to the person that you love, it's a healing factor in that. Not only is it a healing factor on the body, it's also a healing factor on the mind. So am I sitting up here and I'm talking bad on people who have an addiction of sex? What was the word? They called them nymphos. Am I sitting there pointing the finger? No, I just want you to be able to recognize who you are dealing with if you can be honest. If you can be honest with a person, you shouldn't have no problem telling them, hey, I'm addicted to sex. I got to have sex 8 times a day. You know what I'm saying? And then that's a heads up to whatever partner that you have, just to be honest with them. Hey, I'm a sex addict. I need sex 15 times a day. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that woman can't do that, brother. You know what I'm saying? Sister, when you told him that you got to have sex 10 times a day, you got to tell him that. You just can't, you know what I'm saying? You just can't do him like, you got to let him know. You just can't open the door and be like, hey, I'm a sex addict. I need to have sex 20 times a day. You can't do that. You can't do that. But you have to be honest. If not, I don't know if that relationship's going to last, brother. Sister, I don't know if that relationship gonna last, sister.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
I masturbate too much. Every day, multiple times a day, sometimes in public or at the bathroom at work. I'm literally...
Dude, you're sick. You sick. I guess it would be a mental health issue, a real addiction. Listen to what he said. He be jacking off at work. The thought, you know what I'm saying? The thought, I know, brother, I know, you know what I'm saying? The thought has never even crossed our mind. What do you mean, jacking off at work? I'm trying to get the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to be here. And you thinking about jacking off in the bathroom? It's sad, family. It's sad, family.
Addicted to sex in all forms.
I am a diagnosed sex addict. Most people feel like it's not a big deal or a real condition. If only people could understand the hell it causes in my life.
So it's a real thing, family. It is a real thing with chronicle studies, with medical doctors. And, it's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a real thing and people are struggling with their addiction, what happens when you end up with one of these persons? Let's get some more speakers up. No, let's get an intermission. Let's get an intermission.
Be a whore. Like I'm like with a W. Like I'm a whore.
But define that, though.
Like I'm a whore.
What if Summer comes to you, as pretty as she is, and says, Mom, I want to be a city girl?
She ain't gonna be no city girl.
So Summer ain't allowed to be no city girl?
No. I want her raised totally different. Like, you know, I don't even want her to even see the light of day like that. Like, I really want her to just be like, you know, like level-headed schoolgirl and just on a whole nother ways. Like, you know, I kind of was raised different, so I don't want to raise her up how I was raised. So, you know, I'm a city girl, ain't nothing wrong with it, but I don't want that for my daughter. I'm really a whore. Like,
They say you can't turn a whore into a housewife. So the apple don't fall too far from the tree. How is if she's a self-proclaimed whore? Remember what she said.
with a W, like I'm a whore.
But define that, though.
Like I'm a whore.
So how's she gonna raise a good girl? That was my intermission. I'm still trying to figure it out, family. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure it out. She said that she was a whore. Okay, now if she's a whore, how can she raise a good girl? That is impossible because the minds of the youth are so impressionable, and whatever they see, they mimic. So she's a whore and she's out there being whorish. So why wouldn't she think that people wouldn't follow after her of what she's doing? That was my intermission. Let's get back into this. Now, hypersexual. What does it mean? What does it look like? Let's see.
I'm hypersexual. Like, if you're my boyfriend, or if we've already crossed that line and we talk, even if we're not boyfriend girlfriend, if we like this,
like with the kissing, like, you know what I'm saying, we severely broke the barrier, you know what I'm saying,
I need more kisses.
Exactly.
I need more and more and more kisses.
It's actually like it's time like to refresh it right now. Like, so I should be splitting the time around.
Your lips look so good. I got some good lip gloss. That's how my lips look. I want my lips to look like that. His lips look juicy. I'm hypersexual.
Okay, she really didn't explain what she mean when she mean hypersexual. She really didn't explain it. Let's find somebody else real quick.
The hypersexuality is from mania and not from a sexual disorder. When the mania dies down, the hypersexuality also dies down. You don't become non-sexual. Your baseline sexuality is just reined back in. So it's important to recognize early signs of your manic episodes. Even if you're fairly stable on your medication, you can still have breakthrough episodes. Not sleeping and hypersexuality are often early signs for people. And sleep deprivation in mania is like lighter fluid on a fire. It's one of the ways that manic episodes can escalate.
Okay, I might be hypersexual because I'm not sleeping like that. So I don't know, but I still need somebody to break it down even more. She did a good job. She did a good job. I didn't know that people were on medications over sex. I had no idea, you know what I'm saying? But I knew I was like, okay, now why am I not sleeping good? And then everybody that I know, they all tell me the same thing. You need to have sex. I didn't really know that it was a disorder like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know to be hypersexual that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? It's something unnormal about it. So, you know, we're going to explore around a little bit. We're still going to look at it. Let's go all the way back.
Like, when the show started, having a high sex drive and a hypersexual,
two different things.
Have a disorder.
No, I don't have a disorder. No, I wanted to fuck all the time, but it wasn't stopping me from doing that. I was still going to class. I was still going to work. I just couldn't wait to get off so whoever I was hitting up that day, I could go see them.
Like,
I didn't know that hypersexual and a high sex drive is two different things. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Please excuse me. But as I look more into it, are you hypersexual? Do you have a large sex drive in your relationships and to your marriage? I didn't even know it was something wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? I thought wanting sex all the time, that was normal for a man. Let me stop lying. When I was a boy, I was the same way. So ain't nothing really changed in development from a boy all the way to a man. I still want sex. I still want a whole lot of sex. I didn't know that there was something wrong with me. I'm just like, brother, I still take care of all my business. You know what I'm saying? I take care of all my business. And I don't think about sex all the time. Not all the time.
Austin.
No enemy. Oh, Brad, busting, no humping.
You, Austin.
Okay, sister, I'm going to need your help over here. I'm going to need you to break down these terms so I can understand them a little bit more better than what I understand them now. I just thought it was all the same thing. I didn't think that it was a category in this. I didn't know that to have a sex drive like the way I have is unnormal in a man. But it still blows my mind because I thought everybody was like this. I'm not saying that I'm an animal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I know how to control myself. I can and I do, but I didn't think that it was an actual issue of a problem. It was an actual something that people was doing case studies on and giving people symptoms. Had no idea. No idea. Thank you for coming to the show tonight, lovely. Thank you for coming to the show tonight.
Life hypersexualized. I know the difference between being hypersexual and being sexual and sensual. Like, I was hypersexual younger, right? I had